Okay, let me try that again. I'll call to order the Thursday, September 17th, 2020 meeting of the Springfield Historic Commission, a virtual public hearing on Zoom, channel 17 on Springfield's Comcast network, or Focus Springfield Community TV website of http://focusspringfield.com/watch/government. Just to go over, in order to enable municipal government to continue its important work during the COVID-19 pandemic while assuring both city employees and citizens can satisfy CDC social distancing guidelines, the city of Springfield is providing public notice that will conduct a public hearing using remote technology. To view copies of said petitions, text maps may be requested by email or phone. Email should be directed to the Office of Planning and Economic Development at aallen, A-A-L-L-E-N, at springfieldcityhall.com, or by calling 413-787-6020. To view the public hearing, again, channel 17 on Springfield Comcast Network or Focus Springfield Community TV. Public comment will also be taken in two segments. The first public comment period will take place prior to the meeting discussion. The second public comment period will take place after the meeting, will remain open for 24 hours. To provide public comment in writing, mail to Springfield Historic Commission, 70 Tapley Street, Springfield, Mass. 01104, or email a.allen@springfieldcityhall.com. To provide for public comment by voicemail, the number is 413-750-3223. Messages received will be played at the Historic Commission hearing or at the continued hearing date. All commenters should state their name, address, and company or organization affiliation in addition to the items their comments pertain to. Voice messages received 24 hours before the hearing will be put into the record during the public hearing, and comments after the meeting will be entered at the continued hearing date. Okay, let me just take a roll call of the commissioners. Commissioner Walsh, Commissioner Nardi is present.
Yes.
Is Commissioner Duquette on? Commissioner Duquette? Commissioner McFarland?
Present.
Is here. Commissioner Finn?
Present.
Yeah. And Commissioner Kroll?
Present.
Okay, did I miss any commissioners? Okay, so we have Commissioners Walsh, Nardi, McFarland, Finn, and Kroll on the Zoom meeting. There's no minutes to discuss, so we're going to go to table item number 1, 90.5 Buckingham Street, installation of rear porch deck. I'm already out of order here.
Commissioner Walsh,
I got it. Go ahead.
okay, so the property owner cannot make the meeting. She did state that her contractor could represent on her behalf. She sent an email. However, I don't see him on the call at this time, so we may just want to move this out of order.
Okay, so there's the contractor representing the petitioner on 90.5 Buckingham Street is not on the call?
He is not on the call at this moment.
Okay. Then I'm going to just set that aside then. Just remind me to come back to it at some point.
Yep.
Okay, let's move to the continued public hearings. 95 Westminster. Replacement of unapproved front door. Is someone here that represents 95 Westminster?
So the contractor for 90.5 Buckingham Street is the property owner of 95 Westminster Street. And again, he is not on the call at this moment.
Okay, so we'll set that aside as well. Sorry. 151 Piney Woods. Continuation application for certificate of non-applicability for Piney Woods. We have received some more information on a rendering of the railing and the deck that will be minimally visible from the public way. Do any commissioners have any questions, or does the petitioner want to tell us where we are now with this?
Sure. So at the meeting 2 weeks ago, you had asked me to refine the look of the railings to be a little more in line with other structures in the neighborhood to look historically accurate. So the two changes that I made to the look of the railings in the rendering are to make them white or off-white to match the trim and the railings on our front porch.
Okay.
And it chose a style that was a little more substantial in terms of the top rail and bottom rail. And the posts have a little bit of a pyramid at the top. So those are really the changes. As far as the balusters go, I mean, these are 1-inch square balusters, which actually matches with the type that we have on our front porch. So I do think it's going to look not out of place in the neighborhood.
Okay. Now, is the top railing going to, the balusters are not going to be attached on the outside of that railing, right?
Correct.
It's going to be, I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but.
Yeah, I don't know the technical terms. Inline, maybe? I don't know.
Nor do I.
Okay.
But on the top and the bottom, they're not just like you see the common deck. They just screw them in. And the renderings are good, but I can't really tell from that if that's the way it's going to be. Similar to your front porch, I'm sure they're not, they're up inside underneath.
Right.
Right. Okay. So that's the way that's going to be.
Mhm.
Okay. Any commissioners have any?
Mr. Olkin, I was not at the last meeting. Is this a composite material?
Well, that's, it could be either a composite or pressure treated. If one's preferable, then I'll go with that.
So if I had not have asked the question, the materials you're proposing to use is pressure treated?
For the deck itself, yes. For the
And what about
railing,
the rail?
I'm open to suggestions.
What had you proposed to the commission 2 weeks ago?
What I had proposed was the same deck, just the railing was pretty plain wood, just pressure treated railing, not painted or anything, and didn't look historically accurate or anything.
Right.
What we asked Commissioner Finn is that he try to. It's so minimally visible from the side street. It's behind his house, and is one of the side streets that you can see it. You might, I don't know if you've reviewed the pictures of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only thing that would be potentially visible is the top of the railing anyways.
Okay.
So we had asked that he try to duplicate a historical railing. I think as long as it's not something that's screwed right onto it like a deck, and it's shaped, if he's duplicating what railing is on his front porch, and it looks like he is. Alvin, do you have a cut? Oh no, you didn't have that picture. Sorry.
Yeah.
As long as the balusters and the railing were similar to his front porch, I think I'm okay with it.
Right.
And if you have any other questions, there's the original picture that.
Yeah, and I don't want to certainly ask a lot of the same questions that were asked 2 weeks ago. So thank you.
Okay. Any other commissioners have any other comments?
I'll just make a comment that if he's going to paint the rails and the balusters from the street, it's going to look the same.
Okay. Okay. Then I would, and then there was any public commentary on this, Alvin?
No, there was no commentary on this particular matter.
Okay. And I'd entertain a motion to accept the application for certificate of non-applicability at 151 Piney Woods Ave to install railings as described here.
So moved as you just stated.
Okay. Is there any discussion on the motion? I actually have, yep. I
That's fine. Yeah.
I do have a little question. Is there a preference to the type of material used by the commissioners?
No, I think perhaps,
No?
I think perhaps
No?
the comment was that he was allowed to do it either with pressure treated or composite material, but in either case, it'll be painted a white.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure if there was any discussion relative to material. None? Hearing none, then I'm going to call the vote. Commissioner Walsh is yes. Commissioner Nardi?
Yes?
Commissioner McFarland?
Yes.
Commissioner Finn?
Yes.
Commissioner Kroll?
Yes.
Okay, that passes unanimously. So you can do that railing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, now we have 163 Piney Woods Ave. I have a note here. It said, it's an email saying we have decided to no longer pursue replacing the windows at 163 Piney Woods Avenue. Thank you for all your help during this process. So they're withdrawing this application. Alvin, we don't have to take any other action on that other than that, right?
Nope, as long as they've withdrawn and they've stated as such, we're all set there. And
Okay.
Do I have to vote to allow?
No, I don't. No, when they withdrew it, there's nothing to vote on. I just wanted, I always double check with Alvin, make sure.
Okay.
Next is 38 Riverview Street, front porch renovation with alternate design. Is Robert here?
I don't see the property owner on the call.
I don't either. This was, okay. Were we expecting him on a call, Alvin?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I did email him, so.
Then we'll have 3 to go back to. Okay, moving to 60 James. This was a application for certificate of hardship to replace the asbestos/asphalt shingles with vinyl siding. Is there any public commentary, Alvin?
No commentary on this particular matter.
Okay. Was everybody able to, I mean, we saw the pictures of the property. Is the petitioner on?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay, is there any other, anything else you'd like to add to what how you're gonna do how you'd like to do this, other than just that it's vinyl?
I sent some pictures of how it's going to look like. It's
Yep.
helping to have it.
Alvin, can you put those up on the screen for everyone?
Yes, give me just a moment.
Thank you.
Can you guys see the visuals?
Yes.
See,
Sort of tells all.
Okay. All right, you can see the existing front view and the proposed front view.
Well done.
You did a nice job with the visualization.
Very nice.
thank you.
I had to look twice. I thought it was a real photo.
I do have a question. Where the roof overhangs the walls, that's called a soffit. What's that material going to be? It's an existing wood now?
It's no wood up there.
So you're just going to leave it painted?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
the roof itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mr. Ortega, the corner boards or the boards that run on the corners of the house, running up and down vertically, will those be in a contrasting color?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We try to do it in white.
Try it out. Can you hear me now? Alvin, no commentary on this application?
No, there's not been any commentary on this particular application.
Any other questions or comments from the commissioners? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to accept the application for certificate of hardship to replace the asbestos or asphalt shingles with vinyl siding at 306 St. James Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Commissioner Walsh votes yes. Commissioner Nardi,
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland,
Yes.
Commissioner Finn,
Yes.
Commissioner Kroll.
Yes.
Okay, that passes.
Thank you.
Okay, no, you're welcome.
Commissioner Walsh, we do have the petitioner for 38 Riverview Street is on the call.
Okay. Let's go back to 38 Riverview Street. It's an application for certificate of hardship to remove, repair, renovate the front two-story porch, adding railings and changing the lattice design. There's some renderings in there. Was there any public commentary?
No, not for this particular matter.
No. I'm probably going to ask you for everyone just to be careful.
Yep, no.
So we've looked at the designs. Any commissioners have any questions or any comments for the petitioner? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to accept the application for certificate of hardship at 38 Riverview Street to remove and repair and renovate the front two-story porch to the design with the as presented.
So moved.
I guess my question for the commission, are you guys okay with that particular category of hardship as opposed to appropriateness?
Great question. I was just reading the kind of going through the materials list here. You know, it had pipe rail, structural columns, siding to match. I don't think I'm against this being under appropriateness, but hardship, it might be a dropping pictures. Any commissioners have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think I tend towards more that it's appropriateness rather than hardship.
Okay. Well, and I'm okay with appropriateness too. We could withdraw the motion and then have a new motion as an application for certificate of appropriateness.
Well, the homeowner has to agree to that change in application check.
Of course, but we're not in a position where that homeowner can initial it or change it for us here. Is the homeowner okay with that change?
I think he said yes.
Oh, okay. Then is the motion withdrawn?
Yes.
Okay, close enough. All right, I'd entertain a new motion for the application for certificate of appropriateness.
I will put a motion forward under, for 38 Riverview Street, under the application of appropriateness as it regards to removing and repairing and renovating the 2-story front porch.
Second.
Okay, any more discussion or on that motion? Hearing none. I'm going to reverse it this time. On 38 Riverview, Commissioner Kroll,
Yes.
Commissioner Finn,
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland,
Yes.
Commissioner Nardi,
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh is yes. Okay, that passes, and I'll just, with all the materials and all the, just make it, I think it'll be done good when it's done. Okay. Where are we here? Westminster's not on yet. Okay, let's go to 53 Buckingham, replace asphalt roof shingles with stone-coated steel. I'm trying to remember exactly. This is just a matter of whether we believe it to be appropriate roofing. Or appropriate in appearance and design. Is there anything that is the petitioner on for 53 Buckingham?
The homeowner is not on the call, however, the contractor is.
Okay.
That's cool.
Is there anything else the contractor would like to add?
No.
Okay. Any questions? Any commissioners have questions or comments while we have the contractors on board? Just again, for the record, the work's already been done. What was the question? Okay, that was not for us.
Okay, I do have one question for back to 38 Riverview Street.
Well, we're done with 38 Riverview, but go ahead. What's the question?
Where do we stand? Do I have to resubmit and continue to wait, or?
Oh, no, just talk to Alvin in the morning.
Did we just vote on it, or do we vote on?
It was voted and it was approved.
It was voted and it was passed, yes.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
It was okay. I'm sorry, it wasn't clear. We just kept moving right through it. We voted and moved on.
Yeah. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay, thank you. Okay, back to Buckingham. The only thing, it was an asphalt roof replaced by this stone-coated steel roofing, and there are some pictures, examples of it. The question is only whether the material is okay with us or not. Does anybody have any questions for the contractor or any comments?
You said the work is already done, Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Alvin, any public commentary?
No, I have none for this property.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion to accept the application for a certificate of appropriateness. Oh, let me back up just a second, because this had two check marks, hardship and appropriateness. And if we find the material, it's appropriateness if we find the materials okay to replace the asphalt shingles that were already there. It's not like we're going from slate to something else. It's asphalt. Isn't that correct, Alvin?
Yes, that's correct. It's going from asphalt to this new material.
Okay. So I'd entertain a motion to accept the application for a certificate of appropriateness, 53 Buckingham Street, to replace the roof with the stone-coated steel roofing.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none. We'll call the vote. Commissioner Kroll,
Yes.
Commissioner Finn,
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland,
Abstention.
abstain. Okay. Commissioner Nardi,
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh is a yes. So that passes, that the material is acceptable to us. The other issues are to get handled in a different department.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. 90 and a half Buckingham and 95 Westminster here? Not yet? Okay. Okay, we're gonna move on to some new public hearings. And just for process, all these hearings we begin now have to be continued to the next meeting to allow public commentary. Okay, 44 Ferglade.
That would be
Mary
me.
Beth, I see you there. Yeah.
I am here.
Application for certificate of appropriateness to replace rotted wood porch decking with Trex composite decking.
Correct.
Okay. Tell us what, just describe the project for us.
I have a front porch. Half of it is covered and half of it is uncovered. That's how it's always been.
Okay.
And the uncovered part has rotted out 3 times in the past 40 years. I've lived there. It's had to be replaced in spite of using fine wood, or the best I could find. Anyway, so my contractor and I thought that the Trex, which looks like wood, would be an appropriate flooring for the full front porch, not just the uncovered part, but the whole thing, so it would all look the same. And from the street, the Trex looks like wood. I would get the same color. I would get brown to match the trim on my home. And it will probably last longer than 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's the deal. And the porch will look the same. I'm not changing any of the railings or anything like that. It's all the same.
Is the decking there currently the tongue and groove fir type of
It is.
flooring? Okay.
Well, actually, the last batch was mahogany.
Oh my.
And it just can't hold up to the weather. And the wood that you can buy nowadays just can't hold up to the weather.
Yeah. In general, material is not acceptable to us on even though it's, the color might be appropriate. I'm just not sure exactly what this is. I mean, I see you gave us some nice, the pictures and everything necessary, but let me just go to the other commissioners. Any other commissioners have comments or questions of the petitioner?
Ms. Quigley,
Yeah.
is this Trex, is the thickness of it similar to the current mahogany you have?
I sent the specs. Yes, it's similar. Yes.
Yeah, I saw a couple different photographs here.
Well, it was hard to get.
Yeah, I know some of it's fairly thick. It looks more like a pressure treated stock than
No,
fine.
it doesn't look anything like pressure treated wood. It looks like wood. My front steps are made of it and it's nice looking.
Right.
From the street, it looks like wood. Well, actually, when you get close, it does also. Pressure treated would look disgusting, so no.
Yeah, no, I meant more the thickness. I know it.
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
I know it doesn't look like.
Yeah,
anything
no.
like pressure treated.
Yeah, it
You know,
looks,
part of my concern is the tongue and groove fits snugly, and normally when they install decking, they leave gaps in it. And the decking with gaps isn't a historical installation, you might say. I'm not against the Trex wood. I'm just not sure if the installation is if it's going to look like the original decking was installed, or if they're going to install it and make it look like a deck. Because if
it's not going to look like a deck. I wouldn't have that, and my contractor won't do that either. It's going to be with the pieces right next to each other.
I mean, part of my question for the contractor, I don't know the answer myself. Maybe somebody can. Is there a particular Trex designed for that kind of replacement as opposed to like decking? I don't know if there is or not. So
there are different types of Trex, of course. And some have spaces and, some you install with the spaces in between, and that wasn't the plan.
no, I understand. I can tell that you want to really make it look like it did before. My concern is only because we've had this, we've had people just put deck material on a front porch, and it just, not with our permission, by the way, but it's happened a number of times, and it just isn't an appropriate installation. Well, any other commissioners?
I guess my only question is if it's, what would be helpful is if you're going to propose Trex, if the contractor had a picture of another porch that he's done, or if there was a way to look at what that would look like already, where it's abutting and it, because that's kind of what, obviously that the tongue and groove is abutting and it's,
Right.
Decking looks like one piece, so.
I know exactly what you're saying. The only tongue and groove we could get of a composite material was in gray. That's all there was.
Yeah.
And I would have to be painting the gray composite material, which makes no sense. That's all there was, and it wasn't Trex. I'm looking at his proposal.
Wait for him to find something that he's done on another deck, so visually you could see what it would look like.
Well, I don't know if he's done any decks or any porches in this neighborhood or in an historic. I'm looking to see if he's I mean, we've discussed it and discussed it and discussed it to try and find materials for months that would be appropriate, that wouldn't rot out. That's the thing. And I'm looking, no, it doesn't say anything in the proposal as to how close it is, but they would be touching the pieces of the composite material. They will not have spaces in between them. We looked for the product that was most similar to the wood. I mean, right now it is rotting and
Understood.
Well, we understand. It's, the proposed deck is rounded edges, and whereas a tongue and groove would have been a
I know.
smoother finish across the top.
I know.
So, well, you know, this will be open for public commentary for the, is there anything else anybody would like to add before I ask for the motion to continue? Anything else you'd like to add, Ms. Quigley?
You know, I can't think of another thing, but other than, I mean, through all the 40 years I've been here, it's always, any repairs have been appropriate and always.
Yeah.
And they look the same as when we bought the house, better.
We understand that. This is just the type of Trex will make a difference if it's rounded, and it'll look, but you know, if your contractor could, I agree with Commissioner Kroll, if we could get just a little bit more information or a little more specifics about the fit in the finish and what it
Yeah,
will
let me
like.
look, hang on. Yeah, okay. All right, well, it's a square edge board that I sent you a picture of.
Yeah.
Can I make a comment for everyone?
Go ahead, Commissioner Nardi.
I remembered and I just looked it up. There's a product called AZEC that is like a Trex, and they sell the deck boards for historic porch renovation. And I'm going to share my screen just to show you. It is tongue and groove, and it is like a Trex. Hold on a second.
Right, that was the one we could only find in gray, I
It's
believe.
only gray, correct.
Yeah, well, that can be a problem.
I have a house that is cream colored with brown trim. That would look horrible. Oh,
Yep. In fact, there it is with gray on the bottom.
and that's a wide plank too. But I know it comes in the same size. Yep, I've been all through that.
Yep, okay.
All right.
So the one I chose is the square edged board. I know it's not absolutely positively flat. You probably have the pictures of it.
We do. Well, that's part of what's concerning me is the
Yeah, I know.
the flatness of just making it. If it looks like a deck, then it's not going to be considered appropriate.
Yeah.
But you know, let's. I think we have the only information I wouldn't mind getting from the contractors is that any installation that he can demonstrate what
All right.
it looks like to us.
Commissioners, I will say this. I don't know, I can't speak for Trek specifically, but there are composite manufacturers that manufacture the composite in the same nominal thickness as you would find wood stock. And one of the big challenges with tongue and groove wood and an uncovered area is that it traps moisture.
Correct.
And that promotes you know, rot. But I would also say that even in a tongue and groove composite product, it would also trap moisture, and instead of rotting, it would lead to mildew. So just something to consider.
Well, I'd like to add this too. As you know, with these old houses, they don't stand still. They move. You know, there's always a little bit of shifting all the time. And that is an issue also with the exposed part of the porch. You know, that part is shifting a little all the time. Not that it's not stable, but that's just how it is.
I understand. You're right. It is.
And so that also causes the tongue and groove to separate a little here and there. It just does.
Okay.
So anyway.
Well, you know, thank you for that. We will.
Here's another one, Eritus.
Yeah.
And that does have light gray, a tan, and a dark. So maybe a little more search, you might find what you're looking for.
Well, I've spent a long time, but I can keep looking. But winter is upon us.
Yep.
Soon.
Okay. Well, if there's no other comments or questions from commissioners, I'd entertain a motion to continue this 44 Fir Glade to the next meeting, which is on the
2 weeks, right?
2 weeks.
Yeah. No. It's going to be the first Thursday in October. What's the date?
That's right.
October 1st.
No, October
Yeah.
1st. So,
Okay.
can I get a motion?
I will see if he can find something that looks good, you know, that looks like what I'm looking for. Okay.
We would appreciate that a little bit there and just see what we can do. Thank you. Could I get that
Okay.
motion to continue? Go ahead if you have anything else.
I'll make a motion to continue the application of appropriateness for 44 Ferglade Avenue.
Second.
Any discussion?
Okey doke. So I'll send anything to Alvin?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
That would be good.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
To call the vote, Commissioner Walsh is yes. Commissioner Nardi?
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland?
Yes.
Commissioner Finn?
Yes.
And Commissioner Kroll?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue.
Commissioner Walsh, we do have the petitioner for the original, or the first two items, 90.5 Buckingham Street, as well as 95 Westminster is on the call.
Okay, let me just see. Okay. Okay, so 90.5 Buckingham. I mean, yeah, 90.5 Buckingham. Okay, the petitioner's on with us. It's an application for certificate of hardship to add a, hold on. Is there another one here? Yeah, here it is. Secondary way of ingress and egress, also like to repair the existing porches. Okay, is the contractor, is this the one where the contractor will be here, or is the
Yeah.
owner here as well?
Yes, the contractor.
Okay. We see that you sent us a rendering of the, what it would be, but it still isn't telling us what it's going to look like from the street. There's minimal dimensions and no material list, what it's going to be made from. We have two documents that indicate, what the roof will look like and what the base will look like, but we need a street view rendering of what this property is going to look like. And I mean, this porch and what the materials are going to be. It says, let me see if all the material list is here. No. So we're not, I appreciate that you put this together for us. To me, I'm not sure if the other commissioners agree, but we still need a rendering of what it's going to look like from the street in the material list.
Alvin, he reached out to me earlier, and I notified the architect, but the architect could not get it done in the time frame before this meeting. So she is working on it, and she'll have something for me by Monday. Was the earliest she could do.
Okay. The problem, a bit of a problem we have here is that you have to act on this petition tonight, or it will time out, and which will cause, so they will have to put another application in for the design and of the new porches. A lot of the information we already have, but they'll have to reapply.
I could tell. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, sir.
No, I could tell you what the building material will be, and it would pretty much be a triangle right over that. I threw something up, but I sent it to that architect.
I just logged on.
Oh, you just logged on?
Yeah, I was at a customer's home and my iPad died.
I'm hearing somebody else.
Yeah, who's speaking on the iPad?
They're muted now.
Okay, they're muted now. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I would hate to have to put it off again, but if we have to, we have to.
Well,
I thought,
yeah, without the material list and a proper rendering for us to make a decision, I can't see how it could be approved tonight. I mean, if other commissioners have questions, if they feel it could be, something could be done, we're going to take a vote either way. Do any other commissioners have any comments on this application?
I don't know if we need to be here. I don't think we can, you can watch it online.
Yeah, you got to mute yourself, David.
Talk about a door of a house on 95 Westminster.
Any other comments from commissioners regarding the 90.5 Buckingham? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to accept the application for certificate of hardship for the building a back door and building of the back porch and roof as illustrated. Did I get that motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Any comment, any discussion on the motion?
Could you just repeat the motion because it broke up a little bit?
Well, it's a motion to accept the application for certificate of hardship to have a secondary egress from the house and to repair the existing porches as illustrated here.
Do we have to vote on it? Can it be extended until he gets back with the detail?
No, it's going to time out if we don't take action tonight.
Only the homeowner could extend it, but unfortunately, she's not on the call tonight for this evening.
Can we if we got her on a call, would be able to extend it in that manner or no?
so she's a correctional officer. We can't reach her right now because she's in the prison.
Okay. Well, then that's unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate, but you'll have to talk to Alvin in the morning. Any other discussion on the motion? Okay, Commissioner Walsh votes no. Commissioner Nardi?
No.
Commissioner McFarland?
No.
Commissioner Finn?
No.
Commissioner Kroll?
No.
Okay, that application is denied. She'll have to refile. We need, we're getting closer to what we need to be able to make a decision. Hopefully she can talk to Alvin in the morning and get get another application in. Okay, we're going to go to 95 Westminster now. This is an application for certificate of appropriateness, replacement of the front door, a wood door with window panes at the top. Now there's other pictures here. So has the
Yes, I can explain those really quickly. I couldn't order that window until the 17th, those doors until the 17th, which was today. I went there Monday, and they informed me that the price, not only had the price changed, the timeline changed from 4 to 8 weeks to 6 to 14 weeks. And I'm under different constraints from the Office of Housing to have this house completed, and we're already past that deadline. So I had to find a whole different door. So I went out and found a more historic looking door, as you see in those pictures, and that was readily available. And I can have that door tomorrow. And I can have that installed by Monday.
Okay, so
it has wrought iron inside glass. It's a much more appropriate door. And I can also have that door available for the previous property, so that both those doors you'd see those simultaneously.
Okay.
For 90.5 Buckingham, the rear.
Right, well, it's, on 95 Westminster, this is the front door.
Correct.
Is that front door originally a double door? Is it still a double door?
It's like, I believe it was a double door before. I'm not sure. It was already off the house. But this door fits this is a 36 plus like a 16, so it fits almost exact. So it's more like a mullion there or a light on the side.
Yep. Oh, I see. I got the picture now where somebody had taken out a double door and just put in like a steel door.
Yes, correct.
So what you're trying to do is to just take that steel door and whatever surrounds it out of there.
And install this one, correct.
Okay.
Now with the 90 and a half Buckingham, they don't have the space for that other light, but could install that exact same door. So both houses would have, when you look to both houses, you see that same door on both houses.
Right. It's not, any commissioners, please jump in with questions or comments.
Mr. Rentis, this is one door with one side light, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alvin, was there any public commentary on this?
No, not for this particular matter.
Okay.
Gentlemen, just so you know, the other door is $4,500 and it's 6 to 14 weeks out.
Well,
The picture that's up now on screen, this is a current view?
yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's what's there now.
Okay.
I'm not sure that the door you're proposing is really historically appropriate there. I mean, I know that it's obviously prices and time are crucial to you. Because I think the door you had proposed, I know I was favorable to. Is there not any other place or anywhere you can get that particular type of door? Because the long glass with the wrought iron isn't really historically accurate for that house.
I've been as far as Bridgewater, Connecticut. I went to several stores, and the only one we could get immediate or in any kind of decent time frame was the one that I proposed.
Okay. Now, when I see part of your problem here is you have what was originally a double door, which was changed. Now, you didn't put the steel door in, right? You're just trying to clean this up. What's your proposal for the finish area of the door? I mean, the finishing or the woodwork.
Well, there's already siding the siding shingles on the house. We're professionals, so we can dress that around so you wouldn't know the difference. We'd frame it to the exact size of the door, and then put the shingles, line them up so you wouldn't know that the door was even replaced.
Okay. Commissioners, please, comments?
Well, there is some stuff available. One sec. I don't know what the timing is, but I can see that it might work. And you can see that they do use it with a side panel.
And
that's a Home Depot. That's a Home Depot special.
Okay. You know how far they're out as far as ordering?
I have no idea, but I'm just trying to help the problem.
Okay.
These are wood doors out?
Those are wood doors.
Yeah, okay.
Just for the heck of it, I'm going to see if it's orderable. Like,
They do have one of those in stock in Burgundy. I went to Home Depot as well. I did see that door. They do have it in stock. They don't have the side.
Oh, we lost you.
hold on. I'm going to see if I can get any more information.
Okay. Have you tried to find any, older doors or so to reuse, like a double door to reuse?
I did find some at Restore, but they were so, it would be, it's just too much work to get them, and they still wouldn't look, the finish would not suffice to what we did inside the house. It wouldn't be a close enough match to new. And I can restore doors really well, but the doors are, everything they have over there is too beat up for us to work with. I've been online. My search has been continuous. Also, I went to Bolliard Lumber. I've been to at least 9 different places.
Okay.
And including searching on the internet.
Well, what this thing tells me is it says expect delivery by October 7th in West Springfield. So, I know, it might be worth going over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's what it says.
If this door you say is going to be acceptable, then I'll start that process. If we get an okay on that door, I just need an okay so I can go forward with something.
Yeah.
If we don't agree with the other door, the other door has wrought iron. I figured that was historical enough. It was wrought iron in between the glasses. The commissioners don't like that door. I just want to jump back to that real quick.
It's in some applications, it's nice. It's not an appropriate historic door for that property. Alvin, hold on. I'm trying to check to see when do we have another hearing available under this one?
Yes, we're good as far as the timeline on this particular.
I would have no problem accepting the motion to approve the original door that you asked for. And what happens is if you find it, then you're good. If you can't find it, then you come back to the next meeting and show us what you came up with. This door that Commissioner Nardi has put up is, it has a side light, but do they have it without this? Actually, the side light wouldn't be too bad either.
They do have it without.
Because I think that would be more appropriate. That door would be more appropriate than the one you're proposing now.
With or without side light?
Like this?
With or without the side light?
Well, commissioners, comment on that, please.
Go ahead.
I personally think with one, it looks fine in this particular style door.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Well,
I think I can get that door without the side light available almost immediately. But I would have to double check.
Okay. But to the commissioners, would this door be acceptable with the side light as well?
Yeah. It would for me.
Yeah, would for me.
Okay. So we can. This is whoever's going to make the motion. Make sure you Commissioner Nardi, if you still have that, make the motion relative to that door with a side light. And I think we can, the application for certificate of appropriateness to replace the front door with that. I entertain a motion for that.
Okay. I would like to make a motion that we approve the certificate of appropriateness, knowing that the door that is being proposed is a Craftsman Douglas for 6 light with the dentals in a red chestnut color, and it's a single door with appropriate hardware.
Will we have a second to that motion?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on the motion?
Do we need to mention?
Hearing none.
Do we?
Well, let me ask the petitioner.
It would be a sublight, right? Or
Right.
not a sublight, a side light.
Before we discuss it, we could amend the motion to be either, if
Yes,
that's appropriate. If not, we,
with or without the exterior side light as seen in the photo.
I have no objection with a side light. It might be better with one. I'm not sure.
Well, the
Not sure.
existing opening looks like it needs a side light.
Exactly.
Okay.
It does.
Okay. Well, then this isn't, well, we're in discussion, so we can keep that motion there right now. But the discussion is, I personally would prefer that I think I would prefer it have a side light in that opening. So it's not just a small door in what used to be a pretty big opening.
Agreed.
So the motion would be, Al, is it motion with a side light or without a side light?
It's the door just noted with side light, matching side light.
Okay. Any other discussion on that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, we second that. Any other discussion on that motion? Now, this is we're going to vote on the amended motion, which is that door with the side light. Okay. Commissioner Kroll,
Yes.
Commissioner Finn,
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland,
Yes.
Commissioner Nardi,
Yes.
and Commissioner Walsh is yes. Okay, we voted so you can do that door.
Yep.
If you find you can't do that one for some reason, or if it's going to be a different model, you've got to come back. Okay. Otherwise, you're good to go with that door.
I just sent everyone
Okay.
in the text a screenshot of that door.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Nardi, did you send that to me as well?
You're not on a computer?
No, I'm sorry, I'm on my cell phone.
He's driving.
Alvin will email it to you.
There you go.
No.
Can be done.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much. Let's
Thank you.
move to, let's see, where were we? Okay, we were on 403 Maple. And 403 Maple is the application for certificate of hardship to add a chimney cap and damper to existing chimney to prevent water, animal, birds, and bats from entering to the property through the chimney. Okay, who's having that done here? Okay.
That's me.
Okay, speak right up. You've been very
We
patient.
I think it was pretty straightforward. We just have a lot of bats coming in, and we just want to put a chimney and a damper.
Is there any other chimney work going to be done?
No, we do need other chimney work done, but we didn't
Not
apply for
right
that
now.
right now.
Okay, so that's as straightforward as can be. We do have to continue because of where we're operating, we still have to continue it. We can't take a vote today because we have to allow for public commentary.
Okay.
Do any commissioners have questions of Ms. Green?
Just make a comment that it does say that it's a stainless steel unit, so that's really good. You're not going to get rust all over the chimney and so forth.
Okay. I do have a question about, does it have to be powder coated, colored, like black or something like that?
I don't believe so. No,
Okay.
I don't think we have a color. I mean, we can check into that. I don't believe that's something that would be under our purview for this.
Okay.
Any other questions from commissioners? Okay, I entertain a motion to continue the 403 Maple installation of chimney cap to the October 1st meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Okay. Hold on a sec. Just give me a second to do some housekeeping here. So, Commissioner Kroll,
Yes.
Commissioner Finn,
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland,
Yes.
Commissioner Nardi,
Yes.
and Commissioner Walsh. So that we have continued that to the next meeting to allow for public commentary.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, 97 Mill Street. This is a application for certificate of hardship to install a fence to the sidewalk line. If you've looked at the application,
If you want to do the video, you can.
who's talking? Who's, oh, this is Scott. Okay.
Yeah, and I have my wife Judith here as well.
Okay, all right. There's, he gave us illustrations of the fence, and if you notice, there's a picture. There's a property to the left that has the black fence out to the sidewalk, and a property to the right has the black fence out to the sidewalk. Was your fence going to be the same height?
Yeah, it was going to be 4 feet, so maybe a little bit high, lower. Try to go the ornamental style. We thought that'd be more appropriate.
Because I'm looking at that picture of the fence to the left and right, and they don't look. I can't really tell how high they are.
Right.
Are they 4-footers?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I mean, that's a pretty straightforward request. In general, Alvin, is there any other issue other than the setback issue on that fence? Anybody else he has to get permission from to move it up to the front?
No, I don't believe so. No.
Okay.
Historic.
Okay. Any commissioners have comments or questions for the petitioner? Hearing none, I'm going to ask for a motion to continue.
Make a motion to continue the application of certificate of hardship for 97 Mill Street as it relates to the installation of a fence to the sidewalk.
Second. A second on that, please.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on the motion?
Just a commentary. I think the petitioner is saying along the sidewalk, not on the sidewalk, I presume.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Any other discussion or comment? Can't call the vote. Commissioner Walsh says yes. Commissioner Nardi?
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland?
Yes.
Commissioner Finn?
Yes.
And Commissioner Kroll?
Yes.
Okay, so we've continued that to the October 1st meeting. Okay, 35 Avon Place. Hold on. Okay, this is a application for certificate of hardship, changing, remove, reinstall new vinyl windows, series windows, white interior, white exterior. Homeowner cannot afford historically approved windows to be as requested. Anderson 400 tilt wash white interior and Terratone exterior. Okay, is the petitioner on?
I believe it's Lawrence Ciano. You can unmute your mic.
Oh, there you are, over there.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead.
Hello, that's me.
Okay.
I'm Lawrence Ciano.
Okay. So your petition is to just describe what's happening?
I had new windows put in 2 years ago by Home Depot. Everybody, there's 5 houses on this street that all have white vinyl windows. All the houses are done. I had some put in 2 years ago. I want to finish. I want to put the rest of them in, and they applied for a permit this time, which I guess they didn't last time, and they were told that they couldn't have. I can't have white windows. I have to have brown windows, and the brown windows are Anderson, and there's just no way I can afford Anderson windows. I already have the white ones.
Well, sorry, let me get my video back going again here. So is this the same company you were talking to do the next set of vinyl windows?
Yes, it's Home Depot.
Okay. Okay, so, well, a subcontractor for Home Depot?
Yes, but Home Depot does all the work, all the legwork.
Yeah.
And I'm buying the windows from them.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because they installed the other windows without a permit, evidently.
I don't know. I guess they did because they can't seem to find the paperwork for it.
Amazing. Well, that does make it a little. That makes it a little more problematic. You know, and obviously we have to continue this to the next meeting, so there can be public commentary. Just for an aside, though, Mr. Ciano, is that, you know, it doesn't matter what someone else might have done without a permit or not. We still have to try to maintain the historic integrity of the districts in the homes. And yes, I know there are other houses that have windows in them that did not come before us or would not have been approved. But you weren't able to find any other model or something that is an approved window that costs less money than the one that you cited here in the.
No, this is what Home Depot told me I have to have. And I can't afford, I can't replace, I don't have that kind of money.
Mr. Ciano, the price you have listed here is for 8 windows. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the 8 that I haven't replaced yet.
And all the others are replaced?
Yes.
And the cost of $12,812 and change was the Anderson 400s for 8 windows.
Yes.
Is that an installed price?
Yes.
It is, okay.
I mean, I noticed in some of the other windows they did before, there was no lights in them. There's no. Now, are these going to be these are the front of the house?
Pardon?
Are these going on the front of the house?
No, the ones that I want to do are going to go on the back. I applied for 8 more to put in the back. I did the 2 front rooms, and now I want to do the dining room, the kitchen, the pantry, the bathroom, and the back bedroom.
Down around the side. Okay. Well, commissioners, any questions for the petitioner?
I don't have any.
Okay, we're awful quiet lately. Okay, well.
Just a comment. I'll share a screen. I'm not sure what Home Depot is saying, but there are vinyl windows of some quality called Gen Weld from Lowe's, and they do have a couple of colors available, not just white. And I started looking up some other colors, so I guess it just maybe that Home Depot only has white. I think that's what we're hearing.
I don't know. I'm only going by what Home Depot told me, because they're the ones that put them in, and they're the ones that I'm depending on.
Yep.
Okay.
If motion to continue this?
A second, that motion to continue?
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? We'll take the vote. Commissioner Walsh is yes. Commissioner Nardi,
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland,
Yes.
Commissioner Finn,
Yes.
Commissioner Kroll.
Yes.
Okay, that's continued to the October 1st to allow for public commentary.
And now what will happen? Do you know what could happen on October 1st now?
Well, we have to allow for appropriate time for the public to comment,
Yes.
and then a motion will be made and a vote will be taken relative to the application.
All right.
At this point, it's not likely something that I would vote for. I think you need to look to see if there's any other models that are more acceptable than just a white vinyl window.
And commissioners, I just want to state that if you look in your package, there are other quotes for windows of a dark color that Home Depot looks like they carry.
There's a Home Depot dark vinyl double hung window.
Oh, that's in our packet here?
Yeah, there's an Anderson tilt wash double hung with a white interior and terratone exterior finish.
Right.
That's in the packet.
But isn't that the one
That's when you got pricing on.
That's the one he felt was way too expensive.
Okay, and then there's also a Symington 6100 double hung white interior finish. What? Okay, yep, all right. Yep, that's pretty much it.
Is that at Home Depot too?
But yes, that was provided by Home Depot.
Because I'm just going by what Home Depot told me.
No, I understand.
Are you gonna send them paperwork, or do I have to do it, or what do I have to do?
Well, there's nothing else to do until the October 1st meeting.
Okay.
And we have to do this normally under non-COVID situations. We would be able to have public commentary and take a vote tonight, but in order to operate on this video conferencing type of thing and to allow for proper public commentary, we have to continue to the next meeting.
I understand that. I have no problem with that.
Well, I was kind of saying that for everybody else too.
Okay.
You know, I tend to repeat it several times, although I can't find it here all of a sudden. But so that's been, we voted to continue that to the next meeting. So before we move on to the other matter, I am going to say that public comment will also be taken in the second public comment period will take place after the meeting, will remain open for 24 hours. To provide a public comment in writing, mail Springfield Historic Commission, 70 Tapley Street, Springfield, Mass. 01104, or email aallen@springfieldcityhall.com, and to provide for public comment by voicemail 413-750-3223. Messages received will be played at the Historic Commission hearing or at the continued hearing date. All commenters should state their name, address, and company or organization affiliation in addition to the items their comment pertains to. Voice messages received 24 hours before the hearing will be put into the record during the public hearing, and comments after the meeting will be entered at the continued date for the hearing of October 1st. Voice message is limited to 2 minutes. So that's continued. All right, let's see what's next here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next is 130, 132 Washington Road, replace siding wood to vinyl.
Yes.
Hey, why is my video keep shutting itself off? Somebody trying to tell me something out there? Here it goes again.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I am 130, 132 Washington.
Okay.
Yes.
You have an application to replace wood siding with vinyl siding. You didn't check off whether it would be appropriateness, hardship, or non-applicability. Vinyl siding would probably never be appropriate in this case. Is there? I mean, the wood siding doesn't look like it's in terrible condition.
Yes. So with my contractor, they send me the example, which is he submit to Alvin.
Yeah.
The it's the vinyl siding, but it will be show the texture, like a wood shape, the wood.
Okay.
So at look, they will be show like the wood side, the wood texture, the texture.
Yep.
But because you're able to make them for the siding, is many corner and almost like 35% wood are rot. You can take it out by hand, and doesn't make sense to do like to replace the wood, and and the house has been old 120 years old and nobody taking care. I don't see any healthy for the way they look. So if possible, it's just looking for like too easy for maintenance and look very clean for neighborhood, because my left side and my right side they do from wood to the aluminum or vinyl on my left and my right side, my neighbor.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm kind of looking through your pictures right now. I mean, some of the photographs that you submitted are like trim pieces, and that looks like a screen piece.
We don't want to be like it's thrust down.
Okay.
It's need to be stronger. Still
I mean, you
look
have
the
two
way
different, right?
Yeah.
You have two different types of siding on the house. You have clapboard, like cedar, and then you have cedar shingles. And your proposal is just to cover that all up. Are they removing any siding, or are they just covering?
I don't know. That's not what my point
okay.
is. Yeah.
That's okay.
It's. I asked many painting guy, and they say it's all right. I don't know how they can replace, and the cost for replace the wood. So, and the paint is they can cost so much money, and I cannot just leave the house like just the front of the people. That's just the face. So it doesn't look healthy. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah, it's well. Either way, we have to consider the application, and we have to continue it to October 1st. It looks like some new windows have already been put into the third floor in the front.
Yeah, they do from the previous owner. Before I buy it, they.
Okay. Because it looks like most of the windows are original, or at least not replaced with white vinyl.
I think the third floor and the first floor they replaced the vinyl, but they not take off the old one out. That is what I know. Is they not take off the old one out, but it's been replaced the top and the first.
Okay. Commissioners, any commissioners have questions for the petitioner?
Well, just a comment, looking really close at the existing, the siding is really not in bad shape. What's happening is, from what I can see, it obviously hasn't been painted in a while, and it's possible that it's picking up some moisture from the inside and trying to find its way outside. But as far as rotting, I don't see a lot, at least on the front.
It looks like the lower, the lower.
The left wall and the right wall, and the end in the back of the building.
Yeah, I would be very surprised that a painter would look at this and say they're not paintable. It doesn't make sense to me. The trim needs work, but
And some of the rows at the bottom, you know, like at the bottom level, look like they need work too. But it'd probably be a whole lot less money to just repair the bottom levels than to.
Yeah, the
replace the whole thing.
soffit needs some painting. You can see that. The roof is in good shape. There's painting on the trim there.
Yep.
Okay.
All the corner is important, but it's been rot, very bad.
Any other comments or?
Yeah, I would just echo what Al's saying, and if it's water spatter, it might be better to look at repaint and gutter. I don't see any gutters on there, and you're not directing the water, so there's probably a lot of splash, and that's where a lot of the water damage is coming from. You're not directing the water; it's falling from one roof to the other roof, and wherever the water goes, you know, it's going to come in force and then splash. It seems like that's what's impacting some of those areas.
Okay. Is there any other comments or questions by the commissioner for the petition?
I would suggest a homeowner maybe talk to a professional painter, because you're going to probably find that paint this is a lot less than vinyl siding it.
And with the repairs of the wood, I mean, if
I mean, 120 years old, even you replace other piece, is, you know, the whole type of the house, whole siding is, they can last. They can be last for 120, and the people before that, it's nobody taking care. It's the time to, you know, refresh, not with the replace the pieces. For future.
It looks like some of the shingles have been replaced already, but anyway, we can continue it. We can continue. I may just take a peek, drive. It doesn't have to be an official, I think, site visit, but it's worth driving by. Yes. So, is there anything else you'd like to add? You just one type of siding, just that textured vinyl siding. And any other commissioners? Okay, I'd entertain a motion to continue.
So moved.
Any seconds up there? Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, take the call to vote. Commissioner Walsh, yes. Commissioner Nardi?
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland?
Yes.
Commissioner Finn?
Yes.
Commissioner Kroll?
Yes.
Okay, we've continued that to the October 1st meeting.
All right.
To allow for public commentary.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that covers all of that. Two things left. Now we have 111 under other matters. Request for a letter of support for zoning variance 111 113 Bay Street. Have you guys gotten a chance to read what this is about? This is a house on Bay Street, which they moved. You know, they came before us. We under the demo delay, got the house moved. And now it's Alvin, can you jump in just to give us a little more succinct summary here?
Yeah, so previously the house was moved from 89 Bay Street to where it's now 111 113 Bay Street. I'm not sure exactly what the use of the property. I know it's obviously residential. I'm not sure how many units were there previously. However, currently, it seems as though the property is being used as a two-family dwelling. However, that conflicts with the current zoning of the lot, which is Residence A, which only allows for single-family housing. The previous lot, 89 Bay Street, the zoning was, I believe, Business A, which allows for multifamily uses. But again, because this is now at a Residence A lot, anything other than a single family conflicts with the zoning ordinance. Therefore, that's why Mr. Gaby is seeking a zoning variance to allow a multifamily use at this particular location.
Okay, Mr. Gaby, you want to jump in with us here? I think we put David to sleep. My general feeling on this, commissioners, is that it's not our purview to support or not support a change or a variance for a piece of property. While I can appreciate where they're going, they have some other issues they're dealing with the city. And right now, I'm not feeling like it's something that we should be commenting on relative to a zoning ordinance. So anyway, anybody else jump in, please? Anybody or everybody? Really quiet the last couple of meetings.
I would imagine that the planning department would ask us for guidance or an opinion if they really are thinking about some kind of a change, because they're the ones who are going to make that decision.
Correct. Right. I mean, I operate under purview here. I like to keep us doing what our order is.
Agree.
And at this point, I don't believe this is one of them. So,
Can
Kroll, okay, David, go ahead, David Gaby, you're on.
Okay, I'm on here, I think.
You are, go ahead.
And I'm not sure about the jurisdictional issues, but I would say that the original Alvin was correct about the zoning of the 89 Bay Street. The other issue is that the 111 Bay Street lot, which is actually 109 to 113 Bay Street, was a duplex with a barn behind it prior to the city's demolition of that building approximately 7 years ago. The entire area over there is very mixed between single and two-family houses. One of the things that when we made the decision to move the property, one of the areas that was part of the discussion, with Mr. Dromey, was that the property had been a two-family since apparently 1896, and that it would remain a two-family, and the city would support that. As pointed out, there have been issues, and I think the issues really don't relate to highest and best use, but I'm not sure if the commission, as pointed out, the commission may not have jurisdiction over land use per se. In other words, we're always telling people that the exterior of the house is what we're concerned about, not what happens inside. But at the same time, the feasibility of preservation of houses where they're moved depends on an economic reuse, and the economic reuse is highly dependent on being two units as opposed to one.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I would offer.
Right. Well, I understand why you're asking, David. I just don't think, if you went through the city process and they granted it, I wouldn't be, it's not an issue. It's not a whether I agree or disagree situation. I don't think it's in our purview to support or not support a zoning change or variance just as a rule. I suppose we could ask somebody, get a legal opinion on that, but that's the way. I don't see that it's something we should be doing, because I wouldn't want it just to be because that could go somewhere else. Other people with houses where they want to change from single, you did it for this one or that one. It's not what we do. You know, I know you understand that, and I understand why you've asked, because I know you do everything you can to maintain the historic and the feasibility of property in those neighborhoods. At this point, I don't think that I would support the issuing of a letter. I would support that you do everything you can to, you know, work with the city to get it done. Any other commissioners want to jump in on that?
I agree with you.
As do I.
Yeah, and it's consistent. I mean, I know I'm the new guy, but that's kind of been how you've had every discussion that I've heard is historic, code is code, whatever other department there falls. That's how you've called it, and that's kind of how this board is run. So I don't.
Okay. Well, you know, I guess we could have a motion to support or not support, whichever you'd like, or
Commissioner,
I don't know that we actually have to have a vote on it. It's nothing. You just ask. Go ahead, Alvin.
There is a letter of support if you want me to read it into the record. There's a letter from Miss Charmaine Hardy.
Oh, you have something on this one?
Yes, it came in late today, but it's.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Let us hear that, please.
Charmaine Hardy of 111 Bay Street. Greetings. My name is Charmaine Hardy, and I'm a longtime resident of Springfield and lived in the McKnight area for much of my younger years on the lower end of Florida Street. I am, as a result, very familiar with the section of McKnight Historic District. I am writing to you today to support the request for a letter of support for the zoning variance at 111-113 Bay Street. The application will be heard on the 30th of this month by the Springfield Zoning Board of Appeals. As you know, the house has been a two-family house for over 100 years, and many of the houses in the immediate area are two-family houses. The only reason this house is not already a legal two-family is because it was moved so that it could be preserved. I am buying the second and third floor unit as a home for myself and my 4 children, though the McKnight through the McKnight Affordable Housing Program, and your support of the variance request would be very much appreciated. Thank you for your past support of this project and for your support of this request if the commission so votes. Sincerely, Ms. Charmaine Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, and as I make comment, I'm just going to just say that it is the wrong forum to do any of those requests. It's like you said, it's a zoning versus the historic commission. So the comment was fine, but you can't really do any vote for anything on zoning versus. But like the comment is good and the letters is fine, but just for the record, but it's not going to be anything that the historical commission can do as it's a zoning question.
Well, I understand that. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I said vote, it was just a potential support letter or not. I don't suggest we do it. I was just throwing that out to commissioners, but I think all commissioners are in agreement that it's not in our purview and it's not something we should be doing. Yeah. That agreed? Okay. And like I said, David, just you work with the city in any other way possible to and hopefully it'll work, you know, you can work it out. Any other comments on the 111, 113 Bay Street? Okay, we're going to move on. We have one last thing. In September, we're required to have elections of a chair and a Alvin, what do we call you? Our liaison?
Yeah, liaison, commission staff person.
I don't know if we have to elect you as our liaison, though. I know we did it for years and years.
We usually call him Alvin.
I call him Alvin.
I call him Alan every now and then. I get them mixed up. Anyway, if anybody want to nominate or be nominated to chair this commission?
I would like to nominate Vincent Walsh to continue chairing this commission, since he is so experienced, and we need experience during this COVID problem. So I think it would be very helpful.
Let me just say for the record that I am not opposed to someone else chairing at some time. I would be happy to continue to be a commissioner, although I also have no opposition to continuing the chair.
Good.
So someone can, if you.
I will second that.
Okay. All right, any discussion on that motion?
I support it.
Thank you. So I'll take a vote on that motion. Of course, I'm going to abstain. Commissioner Nardi?
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland?
Yes.
Commissioner Finn?
Yes.
And Commissioner Kroll?
Yes.
Okay, I'm happy to stay on as chair. And if someone would want to nominate somebody to be vice chair, that would be great.
Well, let's see here. Who looks like they could handle that?
I nominate Al Nardi.
Oh,
Continue
rats.
to serve as vice president unless someone else throws their hat in there.
Yeah, but I was just about to nominate someone else.
Well, you can. You can.
Still can. I'm just nominating you.
We have a nomination of Al Nardi on the floor. Is there a second to that nomination?
I would second that.
Okay. Any discussion on that nomination?
He's a good man.
Yep, we know that. Al, if there's a reason you're not sure you want to continue in that, I'm sure we can.
No, I'm more than okay with it. I just, it's good for everyone to get some, as you know, I've chaired a couple of times, and it's good for everyone to get some experience chairing in case you are busy.
Yeah, well, I understand because I certainly have been gone a few times. But I also understand that there's a couple other commissioners that are capable of chairing. I mean, Tom has chaired a couple times when neither of us could do it.
That's true.
And but I think you do a good job when I'm not there anyway, because I never hear anything, so it must have gone really well.
It must have been great.
So let me call a vote on the chair. So I'm going to vote yes. And Commissioner Nardi?
Abstain.
Abstain. Commissioner McFarland?
Yes.
Commissioner Finn?
Yes.
Commissioner Kroll?
Yes.
So we'll do another year in this manner. If at any point someone has to step down from a position, then we can take a nomination and a vote to replace them at that time.
That's good.
And then now in the past we have voted.
I'm sorry, not to cut you off. Commissioner Finn, can you explain the CPC committee position? Do we need to render a vote tonight, or is that a special vote for another time?
I'm not sure, Alvin. I do recall it was about this time last year, but Bob McCarroll has not said anything to me, or I've not received any information. So, I'd be happy to do so if that's open, but I'm not certain that it has to be tonight.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. Well, it is.
I'll gladly reach out to him, Alvin.
Okay. Please do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Alvin, do we have to have a nomination and a vote to keep you as our liaison?
I don't believe so, but yeah.
Okay. I didn't think so. I didn't think so either. I know in the past, I think we did it as almost an honorarium there. We'll vote to reassure you. We appreciate all the work you do. And let me state this for the record as the chair. For what?
Can we nominate Alvin for a raise?
No, we probably don't have any purview there. Do we, Attorney Shuchuk there? No.
Only I can get a raise too. That's the rules.
But let me get back to what I was going to say for the record regarding Alvin, because I've been chair for a while and I've been on the commission for, I don't know, is it pushing 9 years already? And I just want to tell you guys that I couldn't appreciate a man more in his assistance and his persistence and his calmness and his professionalism. I couldn't appreciate that any more than I appreciate him right now. So anyway, and I'm glad we all get to work with him in that manner. So that's my for the record.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Absolutely.
Can I share something with you? I think you might have interest. You remember Dan Dodge, who was here not too long ago, a couple of weeks. Dan contacted me on a project that I was working on, and he is now a licensed drone pilot. So he came to the house with this silly little thing. I mean, it was so small. I've never seen anything that small. It was as small as a bird.
Mm-hmm.
And he put it on the sidewalk, and within seconds, it was up in the air, a split second. And I had him come because I wanted to look closely at the roof, the flashing and everything around the house. And then I had him give me just an overall, video of the property.
Mm-hmm.
Watch how clear it is with this Hasselbank.
Get a demo here. Cool.
Yeah, it's really amazed. I was so amazed.
Al brought show and tell.
Yeah, show and tell today.
Show and tell. Here
He's
you
our
go.
screen guy most of the time here.
Yep, he is.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch. Now, it was a windy day. It was starting to whip up. The camera has things on it to keep it steady.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got this thing flying at about, 1 story off the ground. And he's taking still shots real close and also in video. So I had him give me this video. And you'll see, let me see if I get the still shots up here someplace.
I like that drive-through.
I know what, that's great.
But that's great when you want to sell something and all that. But take a look at being able to check the detail on everything that's going on.
Oh, there you go. Wow.
Look, it's so clear.
Yeah, when you can't get on a ladder, it's a great way to do visual inspections.
Yeah, exactly. In other words, Al, you need some pointing right here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that high on a ladder.
Hustle up there, Al.
Yeah.
You're not going to get me up there. But it was, or for example, Al, there's something funny going on.
Flashing's melting there, yeah.
See?
Yeah, you got to just
So
slide around a little bit.
If you need something like that, you might want to remember that his camera is exceptionally clear. I've never seen anything like it.
That's pretty dramatic, yeah.
It is. It is. Let me just go through a couple more. That's how high that thing is able to get.
Well, yeah, I have a drone, like a video drone, but it's not that clear.
Yeah, I mean, and supposedly there's another lens that's even more clear than this. And I said,
well, you're probably sorry he showed you those chimneys, huh?
Yeah, now I got to do some fixing. But it was good to see because I could never get up there.
Photographic evidence now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I said, you know what? If I had that kind of clear picture of every single historic property, we'd be able to pull that thing up and see it anytime we want to see it without waiting for some silly picture. Just like they did way back in when the 20s or 30s when they did those photographs that are in the building.
39 or whatever. Yep.
Yeah, they got to coerce them to do some free stuff.
Well, let me see, is there any other business before us tonight? I'm hearing none. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for a great meeting, everybody.
All right, you too.
Thanks, Alvin.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks.
You too.